as an earth and the that's why the box. Hold on, man.
JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Another mass shooting rocks Jamaica. The Hunts Bay police have launched an investigation into a tragic mass shooting that claimed the lives of 3 individuals and injured 5 others on Bowens Road, located off Waltham Park Road, on Saturday night. The victims were part of a crowd targeted by gunmen who opened fire indiscriminately, sparking panic and bloodshed. The deceased have been identified as Kemar Hardware and a 19-year-old man known only as Brown Man. A woman was also killed in the attack, though authorities have not yet released her identity. The remaining 5 victims are receiving medical treatment and their conditions remain undisclosed. The brazen attack is the latest in a string of mass shootings that have shocked the country. Just to expire, on National Heroes Day, another mass shooting took place at a football match in Pleasant Heights, formerly known as Warwick Hills, where 5 men were shot dead and 2 others injured. Manchester resident gunned down in Spanish Town. The police in Spanish Town are investigating the fatal shooting of 39-year-old Jason Gardner, a resident of Fairfield, Lincoln, Manchester, who was killed early Saturday morning on Young Street. According to police reports, explosions sounding like gunfire was heard at around 4:40 a.m. in the area. Shortly afterward, Gardner was found on the roadway with multiple gunshot wounds. The police were summoned, the scene examined, and Gardner was transported to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Authorities are yet to determine the motive for the attack. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the incident. 60 rounds of ammunition seized in Olympic Gardens, men arrested. In a targeted operation on Saturday in Olympic Gardens, police officers from the St. Andrew South Division seized a gun and the 60 rounds of ammunition, arresting 3 men on suspicion of illegal possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The operation occurred at approximately 12:50 p.m. along Balcom Drive, where a police team conducted a search. During the search, officers discovered the gun along with the ammunition, leading to the arrest of 3 men who were taken into custody on the scene. Detectives assigned to the Hunts Bay Criminal Investigation Branch are leading the probe. Police constable succumbs to injuries from St. Anne crash. Constable Ramon Sterling, assigned to the Montego Hills Police Station in St. James, has tragically succumbed to injuries sustained in a motor vehicle accident in Discovery Bay, St. Anne. The young constable's life was cut short after the vehicle was driving overturned on Saturday night. Initial reports indicate that Sterling's vehicle overturned along the roadway, leaving him trapped in the wreckage. Firefighters responded swiftly to the scene, working to extricate the officer from the badly damaged vehicle. He was subsequently rushed to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries while receiving medical care. The cause of the accident is currently under investigation, as authorities seek to understand what led to the vehicle overturning. Sterling's death has sent shockwaves through the police force, particularly at the Montego Hills Police Station, where he was a valued member of the team. Police probe accidental shooting by a gun owner. The Kingston Eastern Police are investigating an incident where a licensed firearm holder reportedly accidentally shot himself. It is reported that at around 1 p.m. on Saturday, the 55-year-old gun owner was seated in his vehicle when his gun went off, hitting him in the leg. The incident reportedly occurred in the vicinity of a school. The injured man then reportedly drove himself to the University Hospital of the West Indies for treatment. The matter was reported to the police. The weapon was seized and an investigation launched. Portland farmer slapped with more charges after attempted escape from police custody. Winston Ward, a 58-year-old farmer from Long Road District in Manchonneil, is facing a slew of new charges after attempting to escape police custody on Saturday. Known locally as Wardy, Ward was already in custody on charges of possession of a prohibited weapon and assault at common law before his failed escape. According to police reports, Ward informed officers at around 5:30 p.m. that he wished to surrender a gun involved in a prior incident, claiming it was an imitation. Officers escorted him to his yard, where he retrieved the imitation gun and handed it over. However, as officers prepared to return him to custody, Ward allegedly pushed one of the officers and attempted to flee the scene on foot. He was soon apprehended and taken back into custody. Ward now faces additional charges, including possession of an imitation firearm, escaping custody, assaulting a constable, and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. Authorities have confirmed that a court date has been arranged for Ward. 2 men held with guns in St. Elizabeth charged. 2 men were caught with pistols and ammunition in a vehicle parked at the front of a bar along the Gutters Main Road in St. Elizabeth on Friday, have been charged in relation to the incident. They are 35-year-old Chef Sean Reed, otherwise called Soggy, and a 30-year-old Romano Smile, an electrician, both of Knockpatrick, Manchester. Reed and Smile are charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Reports are that at about 2 p.m., police were in operation in the area when Reed and Smile were seen in a Nissan 80 wagon parked in front of a bar. The police said a search was conducted and a brown bag seen in the console of the vehicle was found containing 2 guns, a Beretta 9mm pistol and a 6 Sawyer pistol, along with a magazine and the 21 rounds of ammunition. Both men were arrested and subsequently charged. Their court dates are being finalized. St. James Farmer implicated in murder investigation. St. James Farmer has been named as a suspect in the 2022 shooting death of a man in his community. He is 26-year-old Terry Atkinson of Sand Lane, Germantown in the parish. Atkinson is charged with murder, shooting with intent, and illegal possession of firearm. The deceased has been identified as 26-year-old Gary Morgan of the same community. Reports are that on Sunday, September 4, 2022, at about 1:45 p.m., a witness was at a cook shop when Atkins was observed along with 8 other men, all armed with handguns, on Morgan's premises. It is reported that the men opened gunfire at the witness, which caused the individual to flee for safety, and while fleeing, loud explosions were heard coming from the direction of Morgan's premises. When the shooting subsided, Morgan was found suffering from gunshot wounds and was assisted to the hospital where he later succumbed. On Wednesday, October 30, 2024, a statement was recorded from the witness implicating Atkinson. Police said Atkins was apprehended and subsequently charged after an interview in the presence of his attorney on Friday, November 1, 2024. His court date is being finalized. Doctor facing several charges after sending birthday invite to patient. A doctor from Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been charged with rape, forcible abduction, and grievous sexual assault after invited a patient to a birthday celebration and allegedly had sex with her against her will. Reports from the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, CISOCA, are that on Wednesday, August 28, a woman visited the doctor's office for a consultation and was later sent a text message inviting her to a birthday celebration. The woman agreed and attended the event, but was later taken to several places. At about 12:45 a.m., the woman asked to be taken home. However, the doctor allegedly took the woman to his house, where he had sexual intercourse with her against her will. A report was made to the police, and the accused was arrested and subsequently charged after a question and answer session. His court date is being finalized. Michael Phillips wants Transport Authority to expand routes in rural Jamaica. Member of Parliament for Manchester Northwestern, Michael Phillips, wants the Transport Authority to grant more license for road taxis to operate in rural areas, which he said are underserved. Phillips made the call recently during his contribution to the State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives. By way of example, Phillips pointed out that it is a 13-minute drive, but an hour and 45-minute walk from Mile Gully to Ballynor in his constituency. However, there are no taxis, except for robot taxis serving the route. Yet we expect these residents to get home. Where's the justice? Where's the prosperity? He asked. Rural communities are challenged by access to proper transportation, Phillips said, pointing out that communities are scattered far and wide, and residents have challenges once they disembark a road taxi that must drop them off at their termination point. They then have the challenge of figuring out, how do I get home, especially if they have a load, Phillips highlighted. Phillips said it was time that the Transport Authority looks at expanding routes in rural communities. He said they are quick to prosecute operators who go outside of their prescribed routes. The robots are what we refer to as white plates, will transport passengers from a termination point to their communities, but they too will be held and prosecuted for operating without a license, he stated. Philip said he has written to the Transport Authority, making suggestions on potential expanded routes. He said a meeting date was set, but it was rescheduled. Yet still, after years, no progress has been made, he said. Philip said he and the operators are ready to sit at the table to see how best they can be regularized so that they and the traveling public are not treated with contempt. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.